Your son was seduced by harpies? I should have known. He always was a bit of a philanderer. Just the other day I saw him. What? Oh, the harpies cast a spell on him. Oh, okay. Well, you know what they say. When you have a willing victim. Holy cow. Shenanigans back again, and welcome to MMOMG. This month we're taking a look at Echo of Soul, a theme park MMORPG by Area Games. I finished my first weekend game, so let's dive in. Starting off, we have character creation, which is a good news, bad news type of affair. The bad news is that classes are race and gender locked. The good news is that each character has a decent amount of customization, including height sliders and a multitude of skin colors to help you look unique. The classes are as follows. There's the Archer, an elf that attacks with bows and uses music to buff allies. She deals ranged damage as a huntress or provides crowd control support as a bard. The Guardian is a nymph that wields a long-handled weapon to strike in melee. She can specialize in area of effect attacks as a storm guard or tank as an earth guard. The Rogue is a human-looking character that uses poisoned blades to paralyze their enemies. As a duelist, he provides melee burst damage or can specialize in damage over time poisons as an assassin. The Sorceress is a lolly-type character often seen with an animal tail. She can provide burst damage with fire magic or crowd control using ice magic. The Warlock is an alien or demonic race that uses a mix of melee and ranged attacks. He can specialize in damage over time curses or straight-up DPS via summons. The Warrior is another human-type character that combines rage and defense in battle. He can provide sustained melee damage as a berserker or tank as a protector. One role oddly missing from that list, however, is healing. Much like Guild Wars 2, Echo of Soul has opted to drop one-third of the MMO Holy Trinity. In its place, all characters can use healing scrolls on party members, with some classes having minor supplemental healing abilities. As I haven't gotten into any party content just yet, I can't say for certain how well this system really works here. I have my worries, though. It feels like there's a lot of opportunities for things to go very wrong, but I'll reserve judgment until I can actually see it in action. Echo of Soul's combat system, though, uses the classic tab targeting scheme. Tougher mobs like bosses have telegraphs, which you can avoid by leaving the template area before it resolves. Each class has a dodge ability with a 10-second cooldown, allowing them to quickly get out of harm's way. Leveling in Echo of Soul is standard theme park MMO fare. Completing quests often reward you with better gear and additional experience. If you run out of quests or don't know where you should be for your level, there are NPCs in the major towns that can direct you to an appropriate zone. Likewise, most guards can mark a waypoint to any notable NPCs in town. This isn't a new feature by any means, but it's a welcome addition nonetheless. While most of the quests are optional, I've been completing every one of them I can find. In doing this, I'm actually over-leveled for the zone, which is good. This means there's an abundance of quests and you won't get stuck grinding, at least through the earlier levels. Quests themselves are the basic kill or collect types, and I don't recall even seeing an escort quest yet. In stark contrast to last month's game, Echo of Soul makes pop culture references at every turn, usually in quest titles. Within the first week, I've seen everything from John Denver to 50 Shades of Grey references. Wow, never thought I'd use those two terms in the same sentence. Anyway, if real-world references bother you, I can easily say Echo of Soul is not the game for you. I'm personally fine with it here and there, but EOS does go a little bit overboard. The quest dialogue itself is at least competently written, though, and there's a large overarching story that is chronicled as you complete the main story quests. With such a tightly written story comes an equally linear gaming experience, though. This extends even to world design with unusual zone sizes and a lot of invisible walls. Zones that contain a full NPC hub are fairly sized, with a number of exit points, but some zones are ridiculously small. It's fairly common to see a linear path, such as a cave or canyon, cut up into several smaller sections that are so cramped they feel claustrophobic. Thankfully, load times between these are pretty much instant, but I imagine this type of world design is a deal breaker for a lot of people. While Echo of Soul employs a way to change the environment based on what you've personally accomplished, kind of like phasing, it seems very underused. And as cut up as some of the zones are, I don't understand why the feature isn't utilized more often. On the bright side, however, the art style for this game is quite good. It's not as high quality as some of the newer titles, but has a less cartoony look than, say, World of Warcraft or WildStar. Characters and monsters really stand out, though most friendly NPCs start looking similar after a while. The art team made sure to add minor details to a lot of outfits, such as accessories on uniforms, and a little control panel even on a player's mech mount.
Weapons with powerful buffs have some great effects, and spells seem appropriately flashy but not over the top. Most of the zones feature average visuals, but there are some cool artistic touches in most of them. What's better is that it feels fairly optimized overall while still looking pretty good. Even streaming at nearly the highest settings, I rarely experience FPS drops after zoning in. The large capital city of Ignia is a slightly different story, as it's a large zone with tons of detail and NPCs, but even then it's tolerable and things seem to load fairly quickly. In addition to regular zones, you'll also find the occasional dungeon. Like many recent MMOs, Echo of Soul dungeons include a solo variant with several degrees of difficulty. The entry-level solo dungeons, much like questing in general, are fairly simple to complete as long as you pay attention. Overall, the early game of Echo of Soul has been easy almost to the point of boredom. Basic mobs offer no challenge whatsoever, and even quests designed for small parties can be soloed without a lot of effort. And note that while mounted, mob aggro is reduced so much you'll feel like you have stealth, and you can ride mounts pretty much anywhere except dungeons. Given the game provides you with a permanent mount before even level 10, you'll rarely be surprised by random mob aggro while you're out questing, short of a fast respawn. As for personal progress, my Guardian is level 33 after less than 20 hours of active questing. At level 10, each class unlocks their specialization tree, and I chose to focus on Area of Effect DPS as a Storm Guard. At level 20, you unlock what is essentially dual specialization, and I've chosen to save that for either PvP battles or PvE tanking, depending on what seems most useful for the server. I've been able to complete all the solo dungeons I have access to without too much trouble, though attempting to solo the 3-player legendary dungeons can be quite a challenge. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm out of time already for this episode. Next week, I plan on talking about crafting and professions, party dungeons, and whatever else I discover. Join me on the Genesis server, NA, or watch live at twitch.tv/shenanigans1930. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing for more MMO-related content. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, guys.
Fortune teller?
Hello there.
You're destined to be alone forever. No one shall love you. Your heart will grow cold as ice, your body dusty as a tome. Stop hitting me, guards. Jerk.